The legend of the vanishing hitchhiker. One of the most well-known and chilling urban legends is that of the vanishing hitchhiker, which has been told in various forms across the world with subtle regional differences. It typically centers on a lonely stretch of road, a mysterious figure, and an eerie disappearance. Here's the version that has haunted drivers for decades. The Vanishing Hitchhiker of Resurrection Mary, Chicago. Perhaps one of the most famous variants of the vanishing hitchhiker legend comes from Chicago, specifically Resurrection Cemetery in the suburb of Justice, Illinois. According to the legend, in the 1930s, a young woman named Mary had attended a dance at the O. Henry Ballroom with her date. After an argument, she left the ballroom and began walking home along the road near Resurrection Cemetery. As she walked, she was struck and killed by a car. Over the years, people driving near the cemetery have reported picking up a young woman in a white dress who claims to be trying to get to the cemetery to visit her grave. Once they arrive at the cemetery, she disappears, often right before their eyes. Many have reported seeing a woman matching Mary's description standing by the side of the road near the cemetery. Some even claim to have witnessed her standing at the gates, looking lost or waiting for someone. The eerie part. Many of those who claim to have picked her up report feeling a chill in the air and hearing soft, faint whispers, though no one else is around. What's especially unsettling is that those who go to visit the grave of Resurrection Mary often find a fresh wreath or flowers on her grave, even when they've just been there the day before. Some skeptics argue that this is all a myth, nothing more than folklore based on real tragic events. But for many, the legend of Resurrection Mary continues to be a terrifying part of Chicago's history. In Japan, the vanishing hitchhiker legend takes on a slightly different form, influenced by the country's rich folklore and supernatural beliefs. Known as Aka Manto, or the Red Cloak, this ghostly figure is often seen in the form of a woman wearing a traditional white kimono with a red obi belt. The story often begins with someone picking up a hitchhiker who asks to be driven to a secluded or remote area. Once the car reaches its destination, the hitchhiker suddenly disappears, and it is believed that the driver has inadvertently entered a cursed spot, often related to ancient legends of the dead or haunted places. The driver, though terrified, may not realize the true danger until later, when they discover that the woman was never alive. Her presence is a manifestation of a tragic story. In some versions of this story, the hitchhiker is said to be a spirit who died under mysterious or tragic circumstances, and who appears to travelers, only to disappear once they've offered help. It is said that if the traveler fails to complete a particular task, such as saying the right words or fulfilling an unspoken promise, they will be haunted by the spirit for the rest of their lives.